Oftentimes, people that are into spirituality and are generally happy-go-lucky type of people try to be above it all. They truly try to act in a meaningful and beneficial way. Not only do we expect for ourselves to act in a specific manner, but we also expect others to do so as well. Oftentimes, what is found is that people do things in their own way, and it might not be in the best interest to you. Now, after talking with this other person, it's easier to navigate them. Something as vast as a human soul was understood on some level. That in-depth understanding of something is what is worth learning lessons for. Our experiences should be treated with more respect and reverence. What has seeded its way into the community is that we must always be happy, and if we aren't, it means that something has gone seriously wrong. I want to open up the conversation about how to embrace the emotions you are having, even if they are not enjoyable to you. It becomes increasingly harder to ignore something and focus positively when there is something you are trying to avoid. When we are facing strong adverse emotions to something, we feel it as desperation. Desperation increases need, and in doing so increases your awareness of the lack of something you need. Being unresistant is one of the main things that you will get from the self-help and spiritual communities. This is because resistance plays a big part of how much manifesting you can get done. Getting the most from desperation is actually understanding that it is a bad situation, but the consequences of it are good. Yes, something bad did happen, but in the end, you learned something valuable. Knowing this is going to allow you to redo the process, getting better end results than the last time. Take insurance in the fact that things like this will happen, and the best way to deal with it is to naturally respond to it. Once we can accept these emotions and not feel pressed about changing them, and instead accept them for what they are, the sooner we can be less resistant to who we are supposed to be. We all get the feeling of desperation when we are trying to get away from something. This is also something that naturally occurs. It is completely normal and natural to want to avoid something that is causing you trouble. Usually things that are annoying do not go away. I think a true and honest rule is that if it is bugging you after 3 days, it needs to be fixed. When you are trying to get away from something, it becomes a problem because it means that we have become resistant to something. Therefore, there is attention casted in the direction of the very thing you are trying to avoid. That is why being resistant to resistance is a problem within the self-help and spiritual communities. There is always something to resist, or something we all want to disassociate with. The most important thing is that we do embrace the emotion with a positive one. How to interface, interact, and live using the tools of positive emotions is something that is crucial to learn on this planet. Just like it is important to learn to walk and where you live, it's an important thing to understand and emotional signals from others. We all use our thoughts to mold our lives. It seems that we only have a problem when we are not in control of how our situation turned out. Our emotions are manipulable, and we learn to mold them by using our thoughts. Most people think that just using positive thinking is enough. Using positive thinking on the path to spirituality is only doing about 70% of the work. Let's put it this way. Most people have been taught that if something bad happens to them, it means that the consequences of the actions are bad. There is opportunity in bad things happening. Learning to understand who you are is going to help out when you make decisions for yourself in the future. There is opportunity and the ability to see an opening. The thought process for this stems from my biggest critique of the self-help and the spiritual communities. There is a collective disapproval for our quote negative emotions. Your negative emotions are valid, and they will make you interesting and unique. But this is not exactly true. If we come to learn the truth about ourselves and end up denying it, this means that we are still in resistance. The fear is a clue and a quest to be completed. Positively embracing your negative emotions can do that for you. Before I get into further why you should embrace your negative emotions, I want to address the argument that if your thoughts manifest reality, why would you want to focus on anything negative in the first place? The thought is negative if it harms you or another person in any shape or form, but a simple negative thought can be fixed into anything through synonyms and sentence rearrangements. A seemingly negative thought can actually have a zero or a mute energy change your thought patterns, just in the same way as you see something happy but it doesn't spark a great joy in you. It is not productive to claim that you are past something and secretly be holding resentment for things that are going on in your life. Any form of resistance is going to stop the flow of energy towards you. To truly be in alignment, you have to know yourself and be able to accept yourself no matter the flaw. Allow yourself to explore and get to know these emotions. Take these problems as a mean to emotionally explore yourself. Ask yourself questions about how the emotion is making you feel. Without the negative aspect of your emotions, you would never experience joy, happiness, love. The contrast that is going on in the universe is harsh, but it is the reality of the situation. And because it is so simple, it turns out that it's beautiful. I think that it is important that people learn to accept their wide range of emotional functions. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe to my page. If you have any questions about learning to embrace your emotions, please leave them in the comment section below. Have a great day.